Hey everyone, Rebecca here. We're doing a close-up on the aquarium tonight. See how this looks. I wanted to talk to you about I'm telling you, I'm really not sure if this was a good idea or a bad idea, but I said this prayer years ago, and I know people, prayer is a really hard thing because we pray for things and we don't get them. And then sometimes pray for like parking spots and crap and they get them. And I don't know. I don't understand how things work. But what I will say is that, one, I really believe that most of our problems with God come down to arguments over time, because one of my foundational beliefs is that at the end, we'll look at our lives and everything that's happened and be like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was perfect. And in the middle of it, it can be absolutely impossible to see, but like, that's what it's like to be in the middle of a story, right? And that whole quote from the Lord of the Rings and Samwise and all of that. So anyways, my experience with prayer has been that there is no spiritual thing that I have asked for that I was not given. Even if I was struggling with things, like I was struggling with patience or, whatever. And the thing with me is that I'm not one of these people who you have to beat over the head to teach them. You can be really nice to me and I'll just learn it and be good at it. I'm not somebody who requires like, oh God, give me patience. And now God's going to send me like tons of opportunity for patience. Quite honestly, looking at my life, I probably was like practicing patience as a kid or something. I don't know. There was something wrong with me. So anyways, that's my experience with prayer. And I do take the things that I pray seriously. Like, I think that our choices that we make, that is an exercise of our free will. Our free will is supposed to be the thing that like makes humans human, that we can choose, right? So I believe that the things that I ask God for in prayer are very important. And plus God is God really is a little bit like a genie in a bottle, like you're like, well, I asked for that, but not like that, but then of course if, as a Christian, you still have to be like, well, but God knows better. So his will, not mine. So all of that is to preface the story about the prayer I prayed that I have questioned myself over many, 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 many times, but honestly, which realistically probably saved my life. And I really don't remember the context. I just have this very vivid memory of praying. There was probably drama going on. There was always drama with my ex. I honestly feel like that was probably one of the reasons he always hated me, is because I'm not a drama person. Like, I de-escalate. I don't join in and escalate things typically. Unless I have to defend, and then I'm all about the short leash. But no, there was some sort of drama going on, and I was praying because that's what I do. And I remember it was the scene from Harry Potter. For those of you who follow Harry Potter, or did when you were children, and none of us knew any better. But there's a scene in it where Harry and Dumbledore, who's the, he's the elder wizard. He's like the greatest wizard living at that point, basically. And they're trying to get an object which has been placed at the bottom of a bowl filled with a potion. And I believe it's called the Potion of Despair. You can look it up on YouTube. And Dumbledore has brought Harry with him, and he made Harry agree before he came that he would do as he was told, right? And Dumbledore looks at this potion and he says to Harry, remember, I told you to do as you were told. And he says, yeah, I remember that. And he says, okay, I am going to drink this potion and it is going to make me sick. It's going to make me feel terrible. I'm going to want to die. I will beg you, please, please, no more, please, no more, please, no more. And he says, but I need you to make sure that I drink all of the potion, no matter how much I beg you to make it stop. And, and then that's what proceeds to play out. And it was like, okay, God, will I believe very firmly God knows me better than I know myself. I go to God to learn about myself. I don't go to other people. I go to God. So I believe God knows me better than I know myself. And I said, well, God, you know what I'm capable of better than I do. And so I ask you to do what needs to be done so that I would be satisfied with you alone, that I am not held hostage to my own life, basically. And, yeah. And that was what it was like. It was like, I don't want to do this, and of course Dumbledore had made clear to Harry, you're going to come, when it's done, I'll be okay. Like, it's not going to harm me permanently, if I'm not, but, obviously it's a harrowing experience for everyone involved. And other than the issue with my kids, who's, hopefully they're getting out of the house as quickly as they can. Other than that, I'm good. I'm good. And I have this sense, like, I have always known who I am. I know what I'm capable of. More or less, like, I've had to explore to find my limits and all of that, but I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. I have a reasonable understanding of how the world works. So, but I had been living in these situations where that was just, I was never given, it was never required. I mean, there was a time before that I had to go into survival, but honestly, I kind of bailed. I didn't, I was young. I was really, really young. But this time I wasn't young. I was almost 50. And, now I feel like, okay, I not only do I like just know cognitively what I'm capable of, but like, I feel like a car or a jet plane or something that like has been taken out and really by somebody who knows what they're doing and has really been put through their paces and actually, no, I don't feel like that. I feel like a jet plane or a car or something like that went into combat and got put through their paces just so they could get out alive. That's what I feel like. But now it's like, okay, so yeah, I know that I can do this. Like I don't just know that, I've seen it, which is of course a different thing than just knowing. But there were times definitely that I was like, okay, I take it back. I don't want this. I don't want anything. Just whatever I decided, it was wrong. It was all wrong. But like that was kind of, I do believe that prayer is binding. I do, and I had said like, basically, even when I'm at the point of like, okay, I take it back, I did everything wrong. Everything. My entire life was wrong. I'm sorry. I take it back. And I was like, yeah, you're good. Keep going. And so that's how it went. So I don't know. I'm still, I used to joke that Jesus maybe only hung around for a few weeks after the resurrection because honestly, he was a little bit salty about the whole thing. Like, Like, I'm being really nice. I'm being really good, but I'm going to need some time and some space away from y'all so I can get over this stuff here. Cause this is really something, you know, and I'm still salty over things, but, like, I know I'm okay. And that's really good. I'm glad. There were definitely times that I wasn't sure that I was going to be okay. And now I'm like, oh yeah, no, I got this. I'm good. I'm good. So I feel like God held up his end of the bargain. So yeah, anyways, that is what I felt like I wanted to share with y'all today. If you haven't already, please head over to my YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening to these. I'm just so grateful. I have gotten almost all of these up on my YouTube channel. They're labeled with descriptions. I even have I have like 3 playlists. So you can, cause I'm doing a lot of them, so you can find things. It's much easier than trying to find Facebook. So if there's something that you wanted to hear again or something that looked interesting, but you missed, you can head over there and take a look at that. And as always, go to my website, theupsidedownworld.com, and buy merchandise. Christmas is coming. Yay. Okay. Anyways, guys, love you. I will talk with you later.